Take care. God bless. This is Steve. Oh, thank you.
Yep. Hey, everybody. Daddy's birthday party is popping up. And me and my dad need a haircut.
What's up, you guys? It's Steve here. And let me know in the comments down below, how would you feel about executive orders and executive actions for more stimulus provisions? Maybe some stimulus checks. A lot of people want that. Some child tax credits. Other executive actions and orders to provide more provisions. Well, you guys, we heard that a list has been released by progressives calling on the president to provide more of these. And this is your Build Back Better stimulus package and stimulus check update. Now, take a look. Articles coming out like this. House progressives urge Biden to support caregiving workforce and execute other Build Back Better priorities. With negotiations on the bill stalled in the Senate, lawmakers call on the White House to use executive authority ahead of the midterm elections. As they're saying, listen, this year is going to be the midterm elections. People are going to be voting on whether or not they want to keep those in power or switch it over to the other party. Right now, as you know, Democrats are in full control of Congress, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So if they want to stay in control, they're saying they've got to get something done and show the American people that they can pass provisions to help out at this time. Now, let me know your thoughts, you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you the list that they released. And also, we heard that this was coming. I reported this to you in a previous video. House Democrats want more executive actions from Biden. The president kept up efforts to blame Putin for inflation and gas prices, saying there's not a whole lot that we can do at this time. So they're saying, well, if that's the case, pass more provisions, whether it be through the traditional means, but there's not a whole lot of support from Republicans, through the process of reconciliation, but we're not sure if moderate centrist Democrats are going to get on board and unify. And if we can't do those, do it through executive orders and executive actions. Well, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. And these calls for more stimulus are being sparked and starting to increase and trend more in Congress due to the fact that we have massive inflation and increased gas prices, and they're saying we need something to help out the American people. So let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. And also keep an eye out on my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, as we're releasing more content. And if you're interested in growing wealth and personal finance, consider joining that channel as well. But let's get you caught up on the latest with stimulus and Congress and economic news. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. Don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me directly if you got any questions. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so link in the description below to this article that came out that says House progressives urge Biden to support caregiving workforce and execute other Build Back Better priorities. As we're hearing that right now, Senator Joe Manchin, he's going to be working on a revamped Build Back Better bill, but we're hearing it's going to be significantly reduced in size. And as you'll recall, progressives, they had said they wanted to see as much as $10 trillion, massive amounts of spending, $6 trillion, $7 trillion to help fund monthly reoccurring stimulus checks. They were talking about $2,000 per month to eligible Americans. Also, they were talking about more child tax credits, unemployment extensions. Remember those? The PUA, the PEUC, and that $300 per week boost, the federal unemployments. They wanted to have all of that included in this. Now, a lot of these provisions, they have got tossed to the side because they said, no, this is moderates and Republicans said this is too much spending. We're adding too much to the debt. It's going to be causing inflation, which we're hearing it has. And they're saying we need to reduce the amount of spending. And this has gotten cut down significantly. So imagine up at 10 trillion, 6, 7 trillion, all the way down now to we're around like 1.9, I think it was, 1.5 trillion. And we're hearing it might get scaled down even more. So right now, that is currently where talks stand with Build Back Better. And they're saying that we have cut out so many provisions that whatever doesn't make it in and passes through legislation, that's fine. Then President Joe Biden just go ahead and step up and pass it through executive order and executive action. Now, the article says that the Congressional Progressive Caucus released a slate of policy priorities on yesterday, that they believe President Joe Biden can implement by taking executive actions, including canceling federal student loan debt, lowering drug prices for insulin and inhalers, and creating a path for childcare workers to unionize. Now, the proposals echo components of the languishing Build Back Better agenda, Biden's sweeping $1.8 trillion domestic economic agenda that includes climate mitigation proposals and policies intended to support working women, such as universal pre-kindergarten, subsidized childcare for most American families, and the extension of the expanded child tax credit. And right now, that's one of the ones that's a question mark. They're wondering, are we going to have those child tax credits? Those monthly payments ended for parents at the end of 2021. They want to continue it on, but we will see, as this is kind of in question right now. Now, members of the Congressional Progressive Caucus began discussing what Biden could accomplish by executive action in December as plans for the Senate vote on Build Back Better fell apart. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia said that he would not vote for it, tanking its chances in the evenly divided chamber. Now, the Progressive Caucus chair, Representative Pramila Jayapal of Washington, said, "The progressives understand that our mandate in this governing moment is to deliver for working people and to leave no one behind." So they're saying that is their priority right now. The top priority of progressives to help out people and to do it in time before those elections. And they're saying they're not as concerned with debt and inflation. Get out more provisions. Now, to that end, we have been pursuing a strong legislative strategy, and we will continue to do that. And that includes numerous conversations with senators, with the White House, with our own leadership, and how to move any piece of our originally called Build Back Better agenda through. So they want to do it through legislation, but they're also strategizing for if it can't pass through certain provisions, to do it through executive actions. Now, at the same time, the Biden administration has taken a strategy of executive actions since President Biden came into office, and we are now releasing a slate of steps that the administration can take in that same mode of executive actions that will have an immediate and meaningful impact for families. And as you know, this is the president, without any of Congress, without any support, coming up and saying this needs to be done and doing an executive order or action for it to take place. Now, as you guys know, they can be overruled, they can be deemed unlawful, as we had with the LWA program, which former President Donald Trump put in place, which we heard was very likely not lawful. However, nobody stepped up and challenged that executive order because they said that extended unemployment benefits were needed at that time, and it provided an additional 3 to 6 weeks of that federal boost to unemployment benefits. So the question is, if Biden does some executive action, say for stimulus checks, reallocates existing funds, or for other provisions, will it be lawful? Can he push it through? Will it be challenged? These are some of the gray areas, the questions. But right now, progressives are saying we need executive actions and orders to get done. Now, we need to talk about something very important, and this article discusses it, and it's something that I've been letting people know is the main reason why I believe that there is no provision that is off the table right now, and that is because this is a midterm year election. And as you know, progressives are saying that their top priority is that they want to help out the American people. And that is true, but there's also probably another motivation as well, and that is that they want to stay in power. And if they don't stay in power, Republicans could take over and take control, and they won't be able to push through their agenda items any longer. Take a look at this, you guys. The push by the caucus is coming ahead of the November midterm elections, when all 435 House seats and roughly a third of the Senate are on the ballot. Biden's approval ratings have been steadily declining over the past year, with an aggregate of available polling putting him at about 42% approval, which is not a good position to be in. And a president's party nearly always suffers losses in the midterms, congressional elections, and Democrats, who hold a small House majority and currently control the Senate due to the vice president's tie-breaking authority, are bracing for defeat. Some believe that delivering on a stalled portion of Biden's agenda could help staunch Democrats' losses and allow them to hold on to control of one or both chambers. So right now, things are really, really tight for them, and they're saying if they can pass some of these priorities, it might persuade voters to keep them in power. Now, every single thing that we can deliver on between now and November helps us, right? Every single thing that we can deliver between now and November helps us to continue to build the momentum and also to bring in the constituents that are still waiting for more action on particular areas, said Pramila Jayapal. So letting us know that yes, this is a concern. This is something that they want to do in addition to helping people out. So they are doubly motivated. And I believe that is because of that reason that there are no provisions, not even stimulus checks, that are off the table. And as you've seen the past couple days, there have been a lot of talks about stimulus checks to not only help people with the pandemic, but also to help combat these increased gas prices that we're hearing aren't going to be going down anytime soon. So you guys, that is the latest on executive orders and executive actions. As I reported to you, progressives came out this week and they gave their laundry list of all the executive actions and orders that they would like to see, and that's going to be anything that is not passed through Build Back Better. They want him to step up and pass executive orders and actions to get these things done. So you guys, I will keep you up to date. We're also hearing that progress is being made with the Build Back Better bill, as Senator Joe Manchin and members of Congress are assembling that right now. And I will keep you up to date on that, stimulus checks, executive orders, executive actions, and anything going forward with stimulus, Congress, and legislation. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. Just hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve. Oh, thank you.
Yep. Okay.
What?
When it's your birthday, make sure not to open it whenever someone. Hey everybody, Daddy's birthday party is popping up. So you should make your own paper birthday card for my daddy, because he's gonna have a birthday party. And me and my dad need a haircut.
Yes, we need haircuts. And we're going to have a birthday party. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.